Yeah, man, I went around my bike at night. Guess what happened? I rode over a bridge that I rode over many times. And guess what happened? I was in 2-7. Yeah, that's Charlie. Girl said, hey, you want to doggone jump out this bridge with me? I said, yeah. And then, like, she told me, oh, I'm just playing. See, what happened was she wasn't expecting to see a real one, you know, be ready to jump off a bridge with her at that moment of time. That scared her. But I was ready. I'll jump off with you if you for real, but you got to show me you for real. She told me she was just playing. I walked off from her. And now I'm still thinking about her. When I walked off from her, she was still looking down at the waters. And she was thinking about it. I know she been thinking about it because don't nobody say nothing like that. And they ain't been thinking about it. I told her, I said, look, I can fly. I jump off with you, but I'm going to fly. Now, I don't know what you going to do when we jump off, but I jump off with you. But I'm going to fly. I'm going to fly high. But you ain't never thought about flying before. So when you jump off, you just think you're going to end all your problems on Earth. But really, you got to fly up out of here. So if you just fall to the ground and just, just say you fall in some water off a bridge, under a bridge, and then you just fall in there, and then you think, once you get lower and lower down in that water, you ain't going to be able to fly. It's going to be hard because, the velocity of that water, the whirlpools, that you ain't even thought about when you was jumping off. When you jumped out, you just think, like, it's time for me to jump off. I know in my life. But this life ain't it. I got another life. I know I got another life. I got other dreams. And I got many dreams I have every night. My dreams are the only thing that bring me peace. But when I'm in this life, I just feel like I messed up. Yeah. I messed up in this life. So I jump off, but I'm scared. I need someone to help me. Someone to come up to me and say something crazy. Make me jump off. See, I'm going to do that. I'm going to walk up to her and have a conversation when we get ready to jump off. That she going to know I'm crazy. I'm about this life. I jump off. I've been thinking about it for a long time. I just would have jumped off with you if you wanted me to. But she didn't want to jump off. She told me she was just playing. She probably just ain't know who I was, though. But I tell you what I am. I am a real one. And if I see somebody just playing, I'm just going to walk off. That's what I do know. Because, like, people try to, like, they try to, like, seduce me. They know, like, if somebody want to jump off a bridge, that'll get to me. That'll make me talk to that person for real. Like, I talk to a person who about to jump off a bridge. Oh, yeah. Things I say to him. See, that girl right there, she felt that. She know I gonna say something. It probably gonna make her jump out that bridge for real. And she wasn't ready for that. So she told me she was just playing. So I just walked off. I don't play around with the one that just playing about jumping off a bridge. This ain't no playing matter. You thinking about that ain't no playing matter. So what I look like, you know what I'm saying? Intermingling with you. No, I'm not gonna intermingle with you. I'm just gonna walk off because you just showed me you wasn't real. And any talking I do to you, it ain't gonna be effective. So I just walked off. That's how I save myself from some of these people. Because some of these people might be under some influence that they don't even know they under. So I just gotta understand that they don't know they under their influence. Some probably saw me and they say, oh, we gotta get him right now. He's been dodging us. He's been evading us. He's been incomplete with us. He's not playing the game how we want him to play. This is what I need you to say. And then she come up there and try to say that to me. I heard her one time she was saying something. I just ignored her. See, that's how I know about my timing, man. My timing, man, I understand what she was saying. And then maybe when I had walked away, and I asked her, yeah. I told her, yeah, I jump off with you. And she said she was playing. Everything I said after that, she probably thought I was just playing. So who knows what's going on in this matrix. Yeah. With all these statements. Yeah. That's what I said to her. I'll jump off with you. But I ain't trying to jump off with nobody who ain't real about it. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. You walk up to me while I'm on the bridge and I'm passing by, I wasn't even thinking about jumping off then, but earlier I probably was. But not that night. I wasn't thinking about it at all. And then I see somebody else walking around down the bridge, they thinking about jumping off the bridge. Yeah, what we gotta do, man? We gotta do some self-therapy for these people, man. We gotta, like, say some stuff, like, make these people thinking about jumping off a bridge, but then wonder why they ain't gonna jump off the bridge. I tell you why you ain't gonna jump off the bridge, because you love me. You don't want to see me jump off your... You don't want to see me watch you jump off that bridge, do it? No, you're gonna say, no, but I told you I'm a real one. I jump off with you. But you're gonna be like, nah, I don't trust you. So I don't need all that. You don't trust me. If I tell you I'm gonna jump off a bridge with you, just walk up to me and be real about it. Now, you show me any signs of you ain't really real about this, I just gotta get away from you. Because you ain't no telling what they using you for. The people that try to get to me. Yeah, the people that try to get to me. Man, I'm a G. I ain't even know I was a G like that. But shoot, I was born a G, man. My last name G. So what the world going on in this world? Yeah, people know I'm a G. So what you are, they don't think you a G, but they need to get to G, because that G be moving in silence, boy. That G be moving so silent, it's hard to get to him. And then, like, sometimes when we send somebody to him, and then he can see through that. Especially when we ain't really got nothing to offer for real. See, if we walk over to him and then start getting him money and stuff, then he gonna take us serious. But we don't really want to see him with no money like that. We don't want him to think that God is good. Cause we do that, he gonna start thinking God is good. And we do not want him to think that God is good. So what we gonna do is, we just send somebody, influence them to come up and say something. Words gonna be in their mind, and then they gonna repeat it, Sometimes they don't say it all the time, because our timing, how we match the buttons on that person, Yeah, that's what's going on. But I just want to come on here and tell you, look, I would have jumped out the bridge with her. And then she would have, let's say, when I was getting ready to walk over there to her, she saw me walking like I was real with it. She said I was just playing, because she know when I walk over there, I'm going to say some shit. It going to make you want to jump off for real. We got to jump off, because I done walked all over here. But she didn't really want to jump off, so I didn't go all the way. Because she was definitely not going to go all the way. She should need preparation, probably. I had told her, look, I'm going to jump out with you because I can fly. But she never was thinking about flying. See, now, maybe after she heard my words, I don't know if she heard my words or not. But when she first had said something to me, I ain't hear her words. I just thought it was a crazy motherfucker. That was my first intent. My first, inkling of what was going on. They're one of them persons that's out of rhythm, and they don't really hear me. I don't really hear them, Yeah, she was out of rhythm then. And then when I got more closer into rhythm, I was looking at her. I said, she in rhythm, ain't like we in a movie, right? And she got a role to play. And then I know she got a role to play because she in my vicinity. She in my proximity. Yeah. So I know she got a role to play. And then what her role was, they tell me, hey, you want to jump out the bridge with me? And I say, yeah. I'll jump off with you. And now she tripping. She never thought nobody would do that. See, when she had reached out to me, she was reaching out to somebody that would care about life, to tell her, no, good, don't jump off that bridge. She wanted to hear some positive words, but when she felt my energy, she knew I wasn't going to give her no positive words. I was going to give her every reason to jump off. And she wasn't ready for that. So it's not my job to overstep my boundaries. So I just walked off. It's not my job to overstep my boundaries. I got to understand, we in rhythm, she a little out of rhythm, and I got to put her back in rhythm. Now she got something to think about. She said, this dude actually jump off with me? Yeah, I jump off because look, that bridge right there, to me, I already did my homework on that bridge. To me, I don't think that's going to get the job done. I don't think it's high enough. I think you got to find higher ground. I would have told her all that if she wouldn't have been playing. I would have told her, look, you gotta find higher ground. This hill ain't high enough. And you jump from this hill and you're gonna be too scared. You don't think you can fly. This bridge ain't gonna work for you. You need more time in the air. Cause in more time, you're gonna remember what I said. Like, you're gonna be able to remember somebody told me I could fly. Yeah, you gotta think about it. Yeah, you gotta think about that. You can fly. See, ain't nobody never told you that. See, that's the only thing what happened with her. She don't know she can fly. She don't really know God love her. I tell you why she don't know God love her. Cause she been on the earth. See, when she used to be up in the sky, watching over the earth, she was infatuated with the earth. In some kind of way, she fell down. That's what happened. She fell down. And she was infatuated with earth, and then she had to grow up on the earth soil, not knowing all her God properties, not knowing that she could fly, and knowing that God ain't stopping you. It's just on the earth now. She ain't know that. Nobody ever told her that, and she didn't want to hear it when I told her, yeah, I jump off with you. She felt my energy, man. She felt my frequency. She know, like, me, I jump off if it's time to jump off. Like, once I get that word, it's time to jump off, I'm jumping off. See, that made me suicidal, right? See, that's what you gotta do on earth. You gotta act like you're not suicidal. You gotta act like I'm not bothered about how the government going up on all the prices, inflation. I'm not bothered by that government. I'm not bothered by you not, like, like when you go up on the prices of everything, how you keep my money low. It's common sense what's going to happen, right? Yeah, I'm not going to have enough money to do this. I'm not going to have enough money to do that. I'm going to at least feel that way. And then what that does, that made me be like, I got to get out of here. And then that's a good way for y'all, to regulate the population. You get people to kill themselves. And then, like, I didn't do that. No, I didn't do that. All I did was I had raised the prices on everything. And then, like, I paid them low-paying job. I gave them some money for a low-paying job. Because that made them feel like they trying. I gave them hope, God. When I do my work, I give them hope. See, they working at a job, and then, like, they work so many jobs. That person right there, they're gonna jump out the bridge with her. He works so many jobs. He understand. It's just a game. They just playing us. Yeah, that's something to do. It's like, a pimp, and he got a girlfriend. And this girlfriend like him a lot enough to want to see him with a lot of money, and she can help him out, She said, yeah, I'd do anything for him. Yeah, that's all that's going on in this world here. This person who owns this world, he get help from God. What we get? We get to live in his system. Okay, let's say it was a sister. I don't know who owns this world. It might be a brother or a sister. But whoever owns this world, I'm going to just say it's a sister. When that sister reach out to her father gonna look out for her, dog. Just say she was in the sky one time and her father, watched her fall down to earth. Like, good, I told you about watching all that earth stuff. You watching all that earth stuff, you get too infatuated, you start falling from your higher power, girl. You're gonna have to go down there, then you're gonna have to find a way to come back up here. And it's gonna be hard now. I told you, don't eat off that tree right there now. Don't eat off that tree right there now. And she ended up eating off that tree anyway. And she fell down to earth. And then she didn't know herself. She didn't know she was a star, a shining star. No matter who she may think she are, or who God are. She knows she a star. She can feel it in her system. And now she done growed up in this one, this earth plane. Same play that girl was thinking about jumping off the bridge. She didn't want to tell me, because she if she would call me over here, she would have to show me she was crazy. Right off the bat, you gotta show me you crazy. And she ain't want, like, when you on earth, you can't really show people you crazy, because, if you ashamed of that, let's say, like, if you grow up in high school, right, or middle school, or junior high, like, and then, like, you chilling with the homies and you were getting high, right, and the nigga thought you were cool, you can't let them know that you thinking about jumping off a bridge. So when she saw me, she probably thought I was cool. That's probably why she asked me, you ready to jump out that bridge with me? But I was cool with it. But, you can't let the cool guy know I'm thinking about jumping off. Nah, this is something I got to do by myself. Yeah, it is something you got to do by yourself. But I would have jumped off with you. But maybe we did jump off with that conversation. Maybe we did jump off with that conversation. Maybe we did jump off with that conversation. Maybe we did. Maybe now somebody believe like I jump off, I can fly. Whatever they had going on, it wasn't her time to jump off it then because she wasn't ready to jump off. Nah, she needed a little more time. And then by him just saying that, it was just say like if she saw that it was somebody who was going to instantly, when she thought about it, jump off with her. And she felt his energy. You know, that I jump off with you for sure. That could have scared anybody. If you were thinking about suicide, right, and you were gonna jump off, yeah, that would have scared anybody. You reach out, right, and then the first person you reach out to while you were thinking those crazy thoughts that you were thinking, they were down with it, and you felt it. They gave you something to think about, right? Yeah, that's all we're trying to do, man. They give y'all something to think about. Yeah, maybe we did jump off.